Virtual worlds were a staple of the internet in the 2000s and early 2010s. If you grew up in this time period, I'm sure you remember Club Penguin, Webkinz, Neopets, Poptropica, and more. I define virtual worlds as MMO games designed with children in mind, meant to be played in a social way, but I'm sure there's other ways people would define them. Many virtual world games had events in the real world to connect with the communities of their games, as well as to promote products from their games. This video will take you through most of these events, although there were so many that I don't doubt that I'll miss a few. No fan events will be counted for this video with the exception of Toontown Rewritten Toonfest. Here are the time codes for each game if you want to skip ahead to a specific section. I won't judge you if you're here just to hear about a specific thing. Without further ado, Toontown. Created in 2003 by Shell Games, Toontown was a virtual world about fighting capitalism and being silly. You played as an animal toon and fought robot businessmen called cogs. There were 4 types of cogs: Sellbot, Cashbot, Lawbot, and Bossbot, and you would fight them using gags, because cogs can't take a joke. Gags were things like anvils, seltzer bottles, and pies. The game was shut down in 2013, but was brought back by many private servers, most famously Toontown Rewritten. Toontown at E3 2003. The earliest appearance of Toontown in real life was at E3 in 2003. Most of this is lost media. However, there is a short clip posted by Treetop Clan legend of the Cog mascot suits roaming the convention floor. These were the same mascot suits used in the "What Would You Do" ads that were mainly seen on Disney Channel.
Uh-oh! What would you do? If you pick C, you're ready for Toontown!
The first Toonfest. Toonfest was an in-real-life Toontown event. The first Toonfest was held in 2006 at the Walt Disney Studios lot in Burbank, California, a place I've been to 3 times. Toonfest 2006 had a lot of fun events, like throwing pies at cogs, go-karts, and a costume contest. The same cog mascot suits from E3 and the "What Would You Do" commercials were brought to this event, as well as Disney Toon characters that were in the game, like Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. The second Toonfest. The second ever Toonfest was held in 2007 at Walt Disney World in Fantasia Gardens in Orlando, Florida. Mini golf had just been added to Toontown Online, so they picked one of the golf courses on Walt Disney World property to host Toonfest in. This Toonfest, like the last one, also had a costume contest and Toon Disney characters. Toontown Rewritten's revival of Toonfest. When Toontown Rewritten was created and revived Toontown Online, they also decided to revive Toonfest along with it. The first Toontown Rewritten Toonfest was held at the convention OMG-Con in Owensboro, Kentucky in 2015. It would continue to be held at OMG-Con until 2017, when the location was changed to Replay FX in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it was held there until 2019. During the pandemic, Toonfest was hosted online until 2023, when they were finally able to have it in person at MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia. Toontown Rewritten's Toonfest was different from the original game's Toonfest. It spanned multiple days as part of a convention, and had panels about the development of the game, Q&A, and a contest called the Toonies, where people could cosplay their toons or their favorite cogs, or could submit fan art and videos online, and the winners would get special prizes. One special thing Toontown Rewritten has done for their Toonfests is create a new clothing item each year that eventually created a complete outfit. If you attended Toonfest, you would receive a code to put in the game that would give you an item corresponding to the year that you attended Toonfest. Different years gave you different clothing items. One year it was shoes, one year it was a shirt, one year it was a hat, etc., etc. If you did not attend Toonfest, there was a different code given out online that would give you a slightly different version of the Toonfest item for that year. The clothing items given from these codes came in 2 colors, blue and pink. Toonfest 2023. I was lucky enough to attend Toontown Rewritten's Toonfest in 2023, so I can give a first-hand account on my experience of it. I went with my dad because he plays Toontown too. First of all, the Toontown Rewritten staff, they were so nice. The entire staff is volunteers, and they work so hard to put on Toonfest, and they don't get enough credit for it. I attended every panel except for the Q&A, and at every panel they had a special gift to give to all attendees. Everyone's favorite gift of 2023 was the Flippy plushies given at the What's Next for Toontown panel, where they also revealed the new manager cogs, the clerk, and the club president. There were plenty of events besides panels, like Fish Bingo every morning. They had so much free merchandise at their booth. Laptops set up to play Toontown, and even Flippy and Flunky mascot suits that would come out to meet people. They even had a little booklet with activities to do, and each time you completed an activity, you would get a stamp. If you completed all the activities and received all the stamps, you got a special enamel pin. The activities were: take a photo in front of the Toonfest banner, post something on social media with #Toonfest, take a selfie with the Flippy mascot suit, join any competition held by Toonfest, collect all 6 of the trading cards being given out at the booth, attend any Toonfest panel, play any board game at the tables at the booth, play Toontown while at the booth, color in one of the Toontown coloring pages they had at the booth, and take a photo aiming a pie at the Flunky mascot suit. If given the chance to go to Toonfest again, I wouldn't hesitate. Besides all the amazing events put on by Toontown Rewritten staff, I made so many amazing friends there last year. And I think that's what's at the heart of many of these virtual world in real life events. Meeting people from the same online community you're in. Club Penguin. Club Penguin launched in 2005, but was bought out by Disney in 2007. The game was about an island of penguins. You play as a penguin and make penguin friends. You could also become a secret agent or a ninja, play mini-games, adopt a pet puffle, and more. It was shut down in 2017 and became Club Penguin Island, which I think of as a reboot of the game. Sadly, Club Penguin Island didn't last long and was shut down in 2018. There are private server recreations for Club Penguin. However, I'm not really in the loop about them, and I'm not sure which ones are safe or not. Play at your own risk. Club Penguin mascot suits at Disney Hollywood Studios, and Club Penguin pins at Disney parks. Starting in May of 2009, Disney had mascot suits of Rockhopper and a blue penguin at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It has been debated for years whether or not this blue penguin was supposed to be Bombadil, a penguin who stows away on the Migrator, Rockhopper's ship, in a storybook in the game. However, it was confirmed not too long ago that this is just a regular blue penguin and not Bombadil. Along with this, Club Penguin merch was also all over the Disney parks, including pins, many of which are still circulating in trading today. Every time I go to the Disney parks, I see the Puffle pins, and I have a full collection myself. Club Penguin in the 2009 Christmas Day Parade. In 2009, Club Penguin was a part of the Disney Christmas Day Parade, with the Rockhopper and Blue Penguin mascot suits on their own special Club Penguin float. The float was of the ski lodge from the game. Club Penguin at the 2014 Christmas Day Parade. In 2014, to celebrate the release of the first Club Penguin TV special, We Wish You a Merry Walrus, Rockhopper and the Blue Penguin returned to the Disney Christmas Day Parade on a new float, now based on the Merry Walrus Party, that included blue crystal puffles. Along with this, On the broadcast of the parade, the code Your Gift was shown to redeem an in-game item. Club Penguin Island at Blizzard Beach. Club Penguin Island was what I consider to be a reboot of Club Penguin that ran from 2017 to 2018. And as part of the reboot, there was an event at Blizzard Beach Water Park at Walt Disney World in 2017. At this event, the Club Penguin song We Are the Penguins was premiered.
Check one, turn the volume up and join the club. We're making history. Have fun, do what you want as we waddle on, as we waddle on.
This event also had arts and crafts and special merchandise. Moshi Monsters. Moshi Monsters was a United Kingdom-based virtual world created by Michael Acton Smith and the company Mind Candy. In the game, you adopted a monster and took care of them, but also played as them on missions. You could collect moshlings, which were like pets for your monster. They were kinda like Pokemon, but with more of a collecting aspect than fighting. The game was launched in 2008 and was shut down in 2019 due to the death of Flash. The game does have private servers, however, due to information I've been given by former staff, I do not endorse these servers. 15 million monster party. To celebrate 15 million monsters being registered in the game, there was a special event held at the London Aquarium in April of 2010. Only 100 people were given tickets to this event, and to get a ticket, you had to do something to prove that you were a big Moshi fan. The event had treats, dancing, face paint, and computers where you could log in and play Moshi Monsters. Users who attended this event were given a code for an aquarium background and a plaque for 15 million members. Pop-up shop. In February of 2011, a Moshi Monsters pop-up shop was opened in Whiteley's shopping center in London. This shop was only supposed to be open for a week, but it was so popular that they extended it for another 3 weeks. At this shop, you could of course buy Moshi Monsters merchandise, but you could also meet Moshi Monsters mascot characters and get the autograph of the creator of Moshi Monsters, Michael Acton Smith. Michael was known as Mr. Moshi and was a well-known figure in the Moshi world, and will be brought up again. At the launch of this pop-up shop, they had special things like face painting, arts and crafts, moshling-shaped cookies, and the real dog the moshling McNulty was based on, Moshi Bus.
And if a Moshi Monsters bus crashes into us, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die.
The Moshi Bus is probably the most well-known of the Moshi Monsters in real-life events. The bus was launched in December of 2011 and toured the United Kingdom and Europe until January 2013. The bottom floor was arts and crafts, while the top floor was full of Moshi Monsters merchandise. There were areas to trade Moshi trading cards and moshling figurines, and mascot characters that would come out. There was also a slide! There was even a moshling made based off the bus named Bustling. Look at him! He's just a little guy! I was able to get in touch with Strawberry Sprite, a fellow virtual world content creator who went on the Moshi Bus when she was a kid, to get an idea of what it was like for actual kids to visit the bus. She said the bus was disappointing, but it was exciting as a big Moshi fan. She also said the lines were super long. She was glad she went because she still remembers the experience today. Music Rocks launch party. In April 2012, Moshi Monsters released their first music album, Music Rocks, and to celebrate, they held an album release party at the Hard Rock Cafe in London. The event had dance performances, face painting, a photo booth, cotton candy, arts and crafts, Moshi Monsters mascots, and of course, Mr. Moshi was there. One thing they had at this event and then never had again was this mascot costume of Zach Binspin that just looks weird. Something about it is really off to me, I'm sorry. There was also an album signing at HMV Oxford Street, where Mr. Moshi signed copies of the album for fans. Chessington World of Adventures Resort. From July 25th to August 18th, 2012, there was a Moshi Monsters event at Chessington World of Adventures Resort, an amusement park in England. During this event, there was a video posted to the Moshi Monsters YouTube channel of Dr. Strangeglove, the main villain of Moshi Monsters, and one of my biggest fictional crushes, being silly and goofy around the theme park. It's so good. Part of this event was a live show where you teamed up with Super Moshis to stop Dr. Strangeglove. If you are interested in seeing the full show, it has been uploaded by the channel Kelfie23 and will be linked in the description. In the live show, you enter Super Moshi HQ and are given a mission by Buster Bumblechops, a famous Moshling collector in the game. However, the Super Moshis in charge can't find Buster at first, and get an audience member on the stage, thinking they're Buster. They then have all the kids shout, "Buster Bumblechops!" to try to get him into their HQ, and that works! Buster only talks in monster language, so only the human Super Moshis in charge of the event helping the kids out can understand him. Buster reveals that Dr. Strangeglove has stolen all of his Moshlings. The mission is then interrupted by a news broadcast about Dr. Strangeglove being spotted at Chessington World of Adventures Resort. And then they play the video I mentioned earlier, but with a few different clips. They then told all the kids at the show to go out into the park and find 8 different Moshlings hidden throughout the park. They also reveal that if you collect all 8 Moshlings, you get a special code to receive a special seed for an in-game Moshling. Before they send the kids off, they do a bit of training to make sure they're ready to go hunt Moshlings. The training is just fun little games. Moshi visits Ordman Street Hospital. In November 2012, Moshi Monsters partnered with Great Ordman Street Hospital to raise money for a new kidney center. There was a limited edition Moshling figure tin created, and they donated part of the money spent on every tin to the hospital. They were hoping to raise over £100,000, and they were able to get that goal. At the start of this partnership, they had an event where the Moshi Monsters mascots and Mr. Moshi went to the hospital and met the families that were there. There was once again face painting, arts and crafts, temporary tattoos, and other activities for the kids to do. Moshi Monsters at Alton Towers Part 1. In February of 2013, Moshi Monsters took over Alton Towers theme park in Stratfordshire, England. The event ran from February 16th to 24th. There isn't a ton of content online around this takeover, as most of the content is about the 2014 event after the release of Moshi Monsters the movie. However, most news articles about the event list activities like the underground disco, puppet mask making, face painting, and the ability to get a special code for a special Moshling if you were to complete challenges around the park. You could also meet all of the main mascot characters from the game. Fashion Week. For London Fashion Week in 2013, there was a dress made out of Moshling plushies. There were over 150 Moshlings on the dress. It was kind of random, but that's on brand for Moshi Monsters. Moshi Monsters the Movie special screening. To celebrate the release of Moshi Monsters the Movie, which came out on December 20th, 2013, there was a special screening on December 1st, 2013 at Leicester Square in London. This event had Moshi mascots, Mr. Moshi, cotton candy, and even some Moshi-themed food. The dog McNulty was based on was also there. Moshi Monsters at Dubai Global Village. This Moshi event is the only one that's pretty much lost media. On December 20th, 2013, the same day as the release of Moshi Monsters the Movie, there was a Moshi Monsters concert at Global Village in Dubai. Only 3 pictures of this event are online, 1 of Dr. Strangeglove and 2 of Katsuma. There is an article from Emirates 24/7 that states that there would have been performances from Zach Binspin, Katsuma, Poppet, the evil Dr. Strangeglove, and more. I'd love to see videos of these performances. Alton Towers Part 2. In February of 2014, Moshi Monsters once again took over Alton Towers theme park. The event lasted from February 15th to February 23rd and was mostly based off of Moshi Monsters the movie. The hotel connected to the theme park also had a special Moshi Monsters themed room you could stay in during the time of the event. In the lobby of the hotel, they had a gaming area with glump beanbags and 3DSs set up with the 3 Moshi Monsters DS games, Katsuma Unleashed, Moshling Zoo, and Moshling Theme Park. At the park, there were special meet and greet locations for Dr. Strangeglove, Poppet, Katsuma, and Buster Bumblechops. And inside the hotel, you could meet the rest of the main characters from the movie and game. You could get a sticker that said you met Dr. Strangeglove, Buster, Poppet, or Katsuma after meeting them. Most of my information on this event is coming from a video by Theme Park Addiction, which will be linked in the description. There were 2 routes for the Moshi Monsters event, Route A and Route B. There are 6 Moshi-themed challenges to do around the park, and for each challenge, you earn a stamp. Once you earn all 6 stamps, you head to the box office for a special prize. The first challenge is to learn a dance to one of the songs from the movie, Welcome to Jollywood. The second challenge is a puzzle where you have to find a specific number on a grid correlating to Dr. Strangeglove. The third challenge is to whistle or hum or make some kind of noise and dance to the song We're in This Together from Moshi Monsters the movie. The fourth challenge is a game of limbo. The fifth challenge is another puzzle where you have to find what path leads Mr. Snoodle to Mrs. Snoodle. The sixth challenge is another puzzle where you have to find out which Moshi Monsters the movie logo is the real logo. The prize for completing all of this was an exclusive purple glitter Mrs. Snoodle figure. Moshi at Sea Life. The final Moshi Monsters event to happen was a special partnership with Sea Life aquariums across the United Kingdom. These ran from the 16th of March starting at Sea Life London until the 9th of November in Brighton. There were 12 locations participating in this event across this time. One of these events had to be cancelled at Hunstanton due to a flood. Activity books were given out at these events, and there were chances to meet Poppet, Katsuma, and Buster Bumblechops. The aquariums were decorated with moshlings, and there were a few videos uploaded to the Moshi Monsters YouTube channel about specific sea creatures. By going to this event, you could get a special moshling seed for the moshling Blubber. Webkinz. Webkinz is a virtual pet game that began in 2005. It's based in Canada and created by the company Gans. The main gimmick of the game was that you would buy plush Webkinz animals, and then with a special code, they would be put into the game. You could then care for your Webkinz in-game, as well as collect gems, stars, wish tokens, play mini-games, teach your pet at the Kinsville Academy, and so much more. The game is still around, and while it's not doing too great at the moment, you should still play it while it's here. Webkinz Road Trip. The Webkinz Road Trip was a van that toured all over the US from 2010 to 2013. This event had a lot of carnival-style games like a beanbag toss, spin the wheel, Plinko, and of course, Webkinz to buy. Animal Jam. Started in 2010, Animal Jam was created by WildWorks in collaboration with National Geographic. In it, you play as your own animal with so many species to choose from. You can play mini-games, learn animal facts, fight the evil phantoms, roleplay, get trade scammed, and more. It's still around, although the app version of it, Animal Jam Play Wild, is the more popular and updated version of the game. I was lucky enough to attend VidCon both of the years Animal Jam was there by complete coincidence. For 2017, they invited all of their Jambassadors to the convention, which at the time was Bepper, Apari, Wisteria Moon, Wolfie Cat, Sethi, Jelly Jones, Twinkle0122, and Snowy Claw. They also gave out merchandise at the booth, including a lanyard, enamel pins, and stickers of their Jambassadors. The Jambassadors did live streams throughout the convention at the Animal Jam booth and had a special meetup on one of the days. I remember going to the meetup, but then having to leave early for a meet and greet, which was disappointing because I missed the chance to be in their VidCon highlights video. I was able to meet all the Jambassadors I watched, which at the time was Apari, Bepper, and Wisteria Moon. Animal Jam at VidCon 2018. Their second year at VidCon, they had the theme of Team Direwolves versus Team Sabretooth. They once again invited their Jambassadors and put them on teams, either Direwolf or Sabretooth. Throughout the convention, the teams would compete in competitions in-game, with Team Direwolf winning in the end. There were also many in-game items created to celebrate this competition. However, neither year of Animal Jam at VidCon had VidCon attendee exclusive items in-game. Poptropica. Poptropica was launched in 2007 and was created by Jeff Kinney, who you may know as the creator of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You play as a human Poptropican and go to different islands to complete their stories. Some islands included Diary of a Wimpy Kid Boardwalk, Zomberry Island, Superhero Island, and Sharktooth Island. Despite a recent hoax, Poptropica is not shutting down anytime soon. The game is still up and gave free membership to all players for December 2023. Poptropica at the North Logan Pumpkin Walk. In North Logan, Utah, there is a pumpkin walk that happens during the fall. The pumpkin walk displays carved pumpkins, as well as other displays, usually inspired by books, movies, or games. In 2012, one of these displays was Poptropica themed, and was built by members of Poptropica staff. The full display has 3 Poptropicans, one of which is Dr. Hare. The display also features the Poptropica balloon, a shark, and a palm tree. U.B Funkeys. U.B Funkeys was started in 2007 and had the gimmick of being a collectible figure set that you could put into the game by scanning them, sort of like Webkinz. Different Funkeys were part of different tribes and would unlock different areas. The game was shut down in January 2010. Funkeys Custom Art Show. On September 26, 2008, Mattel held a U.B Funkeys art show where artists showed their custom U.B Funkeys. The event was held in Melrose, Los Angeles. There were a lot of Funkeys shown at the event, and I will link to the wiki page of all of them in the description, but here are some of my favorites. Glitz and Glam by Judy Division, Sweet But Deadly by Nicole, Cosmic Calamari Crunch by Nomi, Steampunk Willie by Pete, and these two that look like Wally and Eve with no credits. Transformice. In Transformice, you play as a mouse and solve puzzles to get to a piece of cheese. You can buy items for your mouse and different skins. The game was released in May 2010 and is still playable today. The game is based in France. Transformice at Japan Expo 2012. In 2012, players who visited the Transformice booth at Japan Expo in Paris, France, were given a code that unlocked the Japanese headband item, as well as a Transformice guide with info about the game and comics. I can't find any pictures or videos of this event, sadly. Transformice at Japan Expo 2013. Transformice returned to Japan Expo in 2013, and this time I actually have some pictures to show. They had a fun-looking booth with stuff from the game, a new code that unlocked a Japan flag item, and a new Transformice guide. They also had places to play Transformice at the booth. Jumpstart games. Jumpstart started as CD-ROM games in the 90s and eventually evolved into virtual world games in 2009 with World of Jumpstart. They also created Math Blaster, School of Dragons, Magic and Mythies, Eat My Dust, Super Secret, and World of Madagascar. The two most important ones for this video are World of Jumpstart and School of Dragons. In World of Jumpstart, you make an avatar called a Jumpy and play learning games, learn magic in Windy Hollows, raise magic pets called Mythies, and go on adventures in Marineland, Adventureland, and Futureland. There was a lot going on, and I was very into all of it. School of Dragons was a collaboration with DreamWorks inspired by the movie How to Train Your Dragon. And in it, you would train a dragon and explore the island of Brrrgh. All of Jumpstart's games shut down on June 30th, 2023. Jumpstart at E3. In 2009, Jumpstart attended the Electronic Entertainment Expo in Los Angeles, California. They had a booth at the expo where they shared a demo of Jumpstart Pet Rescue, a Jumpstart game on the Wii, as well as the area Marineland that would be coming to World of Jumpstart in the near future. There was also a mascot suit of Frankie, the mascot of Jumpstart, at this event. Comic-Con 2013. Jumpstart started attending Comic-Con in 2013 when they launched the game School of Dragons. I don't have much footage or info about this year. Comic-Con 2014. Thanks to Jelly Neo, the Neopets fan blog, I actually have some info on Jumpstart at Comic-Con 2014. Jumpstart had a booth that included all of their games at the time. There was a photo booth where you could have characters from Jumpstart-owned games edited into the photo, game demos, and paper crafts. The rest of the Jumpstart at Comic-Con segment will be part of the Neopets segment of this video, as Neopets is a much larger game. Neopets. Started in 1999, Neopets was one of the first virtual worlds and the longest running. In it, you adopt a Neopet, play games, earn money, buy stuff for your pet, and ruin the economy. Neopets has gone through being owned by multiple different companies over the years, such as Nickelodeon and Jumpstart. But in 2023, they were reclaimed by their original owners, and because of that, they've been able to do a lot more in real-life events. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2010. Starting in 2010, Neopets, which at the time was owned by Nickelodeon, was at San Diego Comic-Con. Neopets was a part of the Nickelodeon booth, and Neopets commercials were shown at the booth. There were also artists who worked on the game that were at the booth drawing requests for fans. There was trivia where the winners got special codes to redeem in-game prizes, and a raffle to win money dolls. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2011. Neopets returned to San Diego Comic-Con again in 2011. This time they were once again part of the Nickelodeon booth. However, they were displayed alongside the Nickelodeon virtual world Monkey Quest. There were Neopets pins given out, a raffle once again, this time the prize being a print, and artists sketching Neopets throughout the convention. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2014. This was already mostly covered in the Jumpstart section of this video. However, it is noted that the Neopets themed stuff at the booth was themed to Defenders of Neopia. Whatever that is, I didn't play Neopets. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2018. In 2018, Jumpstart once again had a booth at Comic-Con, this time only featuring School of Dragons and Neopets. The booth had a lot of things advertising Neopets and School of Dragons, including exclusive codes for each game and once again, a photo booth. They gave out free plushies of both a Vandergeir Neopet and a School of Dragons character, as well as had places to play the Neopets game Legends and Letters. This year was the first year that Neopets hosted a Comic-Con after party, although it would not be the last. The event had mascot suits of Neopets characters, drinks, and a look at the new Neopets game Legends and Letters. Many important Jumpstart and Neopets figures were at this event, including David Lord, the CEO of Jumpstart. Some concept art for the game was shown at this event, as well as the reveal of a Neopets World Builder game, which would become Neopets Island Builders, a game that I got to help beta test. Those who attended this after party also got a special gift that included a Neopets branded lunch bag, a pack of gummy bears, a plastic Neopets branded cup, a Fairy Kachik notepad or Neopets pen, a blue Vandergeir plush, and a VIP welcome letter. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Once again in 2019, Neopets had a booth and an after party at San Diego Comic-Con. This year, the booth was only Neopets themed with no Jumpstart. Neopets was celebrating its 20th anniversary in 2019. They had merch to buy at the booth, including shirts, enamel pins, pop sockets, socks, lanyards, and stickers, as well as a 20-year anniversary special set. They also had a wheel you could spin to win stickers. If you made any purchases at the booth, you were given a free special tote bag. As for the after party, it was themed to the deserted fairgrounds. They had cardboard cutouts of characters like Bruno and Fiora, and many places to take pictures. Of course, this event had food and drinks as well as Halloween-themed music. Special alcoholic drinks that were themed to Neopets were served at the event, such as Hubrid Knox's Mystical Concoction, Mr. Chuckle's Carnival Cocktail, and the Braintree Brew. The theme of the deserted fairgrounds also included fair games based on the games from the area in Neopets. From playing these games, you could get prizes like plushies and keychains. There were also cards with special codes for in-game items given to attendees. When put into the game, these items were the Haunted Blade of Glory, Off the Beaten Path, Sydney's Lost Scratch Card Pack, and a wind-up Chia Clown. Some lucky players were also given the Carnival of Terror entrance. Around 200 people attended this event. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. 2022 did not have an after party, just a Neopets booth. Neopets plushies, cards, lanyards, and enamel pins were sold this year. During the convention, there was a giveaway on social media for anyone who could take a picture with the booth, and the winner was given a swag bag. Neopets at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. 2023 was a huge year for Neopets, as the original creators were able to gain the IP of the game back. Neopets was incredibly popular this year, with brand new merch being sold at the booth. This included 3 Neopets-themed flavors of G Fuel, Electric Blue Slushie, Love Berry Slushie, and Cheops Slushie. There were also shirts and enamel pins that were exclusive to the convention. There was even an Aisha mascot suit. Neopets pens and star-shaped erasers were given out throughout the weekend. The Neopets after party returned this year, bigger and better than ever. There were once again food and drinks with special Neopets-themed drinks, Millennial Morphing Potion and Fiora's Essence. John Legend was revealed to be the new Neopets brand ambassador at this event. Once again, a special gift was given to after-party attendees, this time including stickers, a plushie keychain, a G Fuel slushie cup, a pack of G Fuel, a Neopets bookmark, a slap bracelet, and a playmat for the upcoming Neopets trading card game. There was also a code given out that unlocked 2 special items, New Era Mask and New Era Outfit. Neopets at Retro Games Con 2023. Retro Games Con is a convention that takes place in Syracuse, New York. The lanyard given out to all con attendees was Neopets themed, and there was Neopets stuff all around the convention besides the main Neopets booth. They had coloring pages, merchandise to buy, and a scavenger hunt that was taking place throughout the convention. Those who completed the scavenger hunt got a code that gave you fairy winged headphones in-game, as well as a plushie Shoiru sticker. Along with the scavenger hunt, there was a charity raffle where attendees could buy tickets to be put into a raffle to win a ton of Neopets merch. The money made from this auction went to Golisano Children's Hospital. This was the first year where Neopets had an official panel at a convention. This is where they announced that 100 Neopets minigames would be brought back to the site after they became unplayable due to the death of Flash Media Player. They also talked about an upcoming Neopets graphic novel titled The Omelet Fairy, set to come out in 2024. This panel also had a bit of Neopets trivia, where the winners won item codes and G Fuel. There was even a live-action version of one of the Neopets games, Kiss the Mortog, played during this panel. Panel attendees who chose to volunteer were told to choose between 2 pictures of Mortogs, one of which had a princess on the back, and the other had an explosion. If you picked the princess, you won. If you picked the explosion, you lost. If you guessed correctly 3 times in a row, you won a prize. At the end of the panel, attendees were invited to share their favorite stories from playing Neopets, some of which included learning about the real-world stock market from Neopets, getting so excited after being put on the Neopian Times that they had to get stitches, and getting into Neopets after getting a pink Poogle McDonald's toy. There was also a casual meetup during the convention of Neopets fans, still set up by Neopets staff, but very chill. Neopets at New York Comic Con 2023. Neopets did not have a booth at New York Comic Con. However, they had a presence through other booths that were selling Neopets merchandise, as well as an official group cosplaying the Neopets fairies and giving out a code for the item A Very Fairy Selfie. Neopets at Hong Kong Fashion Walk 2023. This is the most recent event in this video to happen as of writing this video. It might still be going on the day I post this video. If not, it ended just a few days ago. For all of December 2023, Neopets hosted a pop-up shop in Hong Kong to celebrate 25 years of Neopets. It was in the Fashion Walk atrium and was a little merch store with some interactive stuff. Gaia Online. Gaia Online is part forum, part dress-up game, part virtual world. Currently, its main gimmick is avatar customization, and users can create contests for the best avatars under a specific theme. There are also virtual world type areas players are able to explore. However, with the death of Flash, those are very buggy and hard to play. Gaia Online 2007 conventions. Starting in 2007, Gaia Online hosted meetups at various conventions. They were at so many conventions over the years that it probably deserves its own deep dive. So I will only be quickly covering these in my video, as I did not play Gaia Online as a kid and should not be the one to go in depth about it. In 2007, they were at New York Anime Festival, Wizard World Texas, Fan Expo Canada, Gen Con, San Diego Comic Con, Otakon, Anime Expo, where they sponsored an official dance, and Fanime. Gaia Online 2008 conventions. In 2008, Gaia attended London MCM Expo, New York Anime Festival, Dragon Con, Fan Expo, Gen Con, Otakon, Kinetic Con, San Diego Comic Con, Anime Expo, Wizard World Chicago, A-Con, Wizard World Los Angeles, Fanime, Anime Central, New York Comic Con, Sakura Con, Anime Boston, MegaCon, and WonderCon. Gaia Online 2009 conventions. In 2009, Gaia attended New York Anime Festival, Gen Con, San Diego Comic Con, Otakon, Anime Expo, and Fanime. Gaia Online 2010 conventions. In 2010, Gaia attended London MCM Expo, New York Comic Con, Anime Weekend Atlanta, Fan Expo Canada, Gen Con, Otakon, Kinetic Con, Anime Expo, A-Con, Fanime, Anime Central, WonderCon, and SakuraCon. Gaia Online 2011 conventions. In 2011, Gaia attended Anime USA, London MCM Expo, New York Comic Con, Anime Weekend Atlanta, SAC Anime, Fan Expo, Gen Con, Otakon, San Diego Comic Con, Kinetic Con, AM2 Expo, Anime Expo, MetroCon, A-Con, Kawaii Con, SakuraCon, WonderCon, C2E2, KatsuCon, OhioCon, SAC Anime, January, and Fanime. Gaia Online 2012 conventions. In 2012, Gaia attended New York Comic Con, Fan Expo, Anime Weekend Atlanta, SAC Anime September, Gen Con, Otakon, Comic Con, Anime Expo, MetroCon, A-Con, Fanime, Anime Central, SakuraCon, WonderCon, OhioCon, KatsuCon, and SAC Anime January. Gaia Online 2013 conventions. In 2013, Gaia attended SAC Anime January, WonderCon, SakuraCon, Fanime, Anime Central, A-Con, Anime Expo, San Diego Comic Con, Otakon, Gen Con, and SAC Anime September. Gaia Online 2014 conventions. In 2014, Gaia attended WonderCon. Gaia Online 2019 conventions. While I am unsure how many conventions Gaia officially attended between 2014 and 2019, in 2019 they hosted an official panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Those who attended got a special in-game item via a code. KingsIsle. KingsIsle is the company behind the games Wizard101 and Pirate101. In Wizard101, you are a wizard and cast spells to defeat enemies to save the spiral. In Pirate101, the sister game to Wizard101, you play as a pirate and search for treasure. Both games are still up and thriving from what I've heard. Austin Comic-Con. In 2014, KingsIsle attended Wizard World, also known as Austin Comic-Con in Austin, Texas. They hosted 2 panels, one on how to get into the video game industry in Texas, and one on their games, Wizard101 and Pirate101. In the panel on their games, they announced a special Doctor Who themed event would be starting in Wizard101. RealmsCon 2014. In 2014, KingsIsle also attended RealmsCon in Corpus Christi, Texas. They hosted the same 2 panels they had done at Wizard World, but this time added a Q&A to the second one. South by Southwest 2016. In 2016, KingsIsle attended South by Southwest in Austin, Texas with their own booth. At the booth, they showed off their games and gave out codes for in-game items to con attendees. Gamescom 2022. KingsIsle went to Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, and once again had their own booth and panel in 2022. At their big panel, they announced a new world coming to Wizard101 called Novus. Most recently, KingsIsle attended PAX West in Seattle, Washington in 2023. They celebrated 15 years of Wizard101 at this convention and had their own booth where they sold all kinds of Wizard101 merchandise, including makeshift plushies and a PAX West exclusive t-shirt. There was also in-game items created to replicate the t-shirt in-game, as well as a Piggle Pin house item you could buy over the time of the convention if you weren't at the convention but had too much fear of missing out. Star Stable Online. Star Stable is the world's biggest horse virtual world game, where you train and raise horses. The game was released in 2011 by Star Stable Entertainment AB, based in Sweden. Star Stable at the Radio Disney Music Awards. This was an event I remember going to that nobody else does, and I can't find any information about it online, but I swear it happened. The year was 2014 or 2015, and it was my second time going to the RDMAs, or Radio Disney Music Awards. That year, I went with my best friends. Outside of where the award show was, there were a couple booths set up with different sponsors for the award show. One of these booths was for Star Stable. I did not play Star Stable at the time, nor do I now, but just seeing any virtual world at this place where I did not expect to see one was amazing to me, and I think they gave me some kind of code. I don't have it anymore, but I guess this is my own lost media hunt. Bella Sara. Bella Sara was a horse girl game, but this one had magical horses like unicorns and pegasi and mermaid horses, mer-horses. It also had cards with codes that would give you more horses to take care of in-game. There was an RPG aspect to the game, with a separate world with mini-games and your own horse to take care of. The game started in Denmark in 2005 and was brought to the US in 2007 by the company Hidden City Entertainment, who also made it a virtual world. 2006 Girls' Day in San Diego featuring Ashley Tisdale. Bella Sara funded the first Girls' Day in San Diego in November 2006. The event had many activities and performances, and the guest of honor was none other than Ashley Tisdale, star of the High School Musical franchise. Bella Sara cards were given to attendees. 2006 Girls' Day Seattle featuring Devin Werkheiser. Bella Sara also funded the first Girls' Day in Seattle, Washington, a week after the first one. This time the special guest was Devin Werkheiser, star of Ned's Declassified. 2007 San Diego Comic-Con. In 2007, Bella Sara had a booth at San Diego Comic-Con where they gave out and sold Bella Sara cards and advertised new cards. 2007 Gen Con Indie featuring Hayden Panettiere. Also in 2007 at Gen Con Indie in Indianapolis, Indiana, Bella Sara had a booth, this time with Hayden Panettiere, star of A Bug's Life. Con attendees were given special promo cards and could do arts and crafts, play Bella Sara, and demo test a new Bella Sara board game. Did you attend any of these events? What events did I miss? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in a future video.